Every few weeks, my girlfriend Haley will get a ping from her Care.com account telling her that somebody has requested her to watch their animals. As college students, this is almost always a win. It's easy extra income for both of us, and we get to watch animals for the weekend, usually dogs. When we first met, Haley told me she was a dog lover, and I was on board. Dogs are man's best friend for a reason. And we both preferred larger breeds. We've talked about having a St. Bernard or a Husky of our own someday. But over the course of our relationship, we have so far ended up with 2 cats, Neo and Jax. Neo was a rescue cat that we adopted for my mom as a birthday present, Haley's idea. When my mom moved to California, we took him to Ames with us. Jax was adopted because Haley thought Neo needed a friend. Sometimes I agree, but mostly I think he is indifferent. Despite having 2 cats and no dogs, I wouldn't say we have turned into cat people, but their company is not unwelcome in our home. Cats are a student-friendly pet, easy to care for on the schedule that Haley and I maintain. All we have to do is make sure that the litter gets scooped every couple days and that there is water and food out for them if we're going anywhere. The cats take love from us when they want it. I don't need to feel bad leaving them home alone for a weekend because I know that they can take care of themselves. Our relationship is mutually beneficial. It was a crisp weekend in October when Haley's Care.com account pinged her with a job. We were traveling to the outskirts of Ames to take care of 2 old Pug Maltese mixes named Frankie and Charlie, whose owners were an older retired couple that were going to watch the grandchildren play football out of town. Frankie is nearly 14 years old, and Charlie 12, much too old for life on the road, so they got left out of the family activities. Sometimes these Care.com jobs have the dogs coming to our apartment, much to the cat's dismay. But often pet owners are more comfortable having strangers in their home than putting their pets in a stranger's home. Haley and I like to treat these excursions like a couple's retreat or a vacation. Being college students, there isn't much budget for travel, so we enjoy every escape from the ordinary that comes our way. But not every home is an upgrade from our apartment. We once spent a sleepless night in a trailer barely fit for human occupation, watching a cute little pit bull mix named Molly, who liked to give kisses on the lips. Frankie and Charlie's home is quite nice though. Modern and clean, it cries out, older couple whose kids don't live at home anymore. The carpet is fluffy and fresh, the living room furniture is black leather, free of any blemishes. In the dining room there is a large table that seems to exist for appearances more than practicality. And a large china cabinet showcases the serving pieces and dishware that are used only for special occasions if ever. The best part of these weekend getaways has to be sleeping in a new bed and using somebody else's bathroom. It's a lot like staying in a hotel. I know that somebody else made the bed and cleaned the bathroom just for me, and it's a good feeling. When you have the home all to yourself, it's easy to overlook the fact that other people have definitely slept in that bed. For the time being, the place is yours. We settle into the house on Friday afternoon and unpack our bags in the bedroom. Then we take our laptops out to the living room and settle in just like we would at our apartment. There's a note on the counter telling us when to expect the homeowners on Sunday, and letting us know that Frankie is a little bit shaky and not to worry, it's just due to his old age. Oftentimes when we watch pets, we give them lots of attention and play with them for a long time, because it feels like a job and that's what you're supposed to do. But Frankie and Charlie are old and just want to sleep, and Haley and I have no inclination of stopping them. There's nothing wrong with an easy paycheck. Frankie and Charlie are very scheduled dogs. They go out at 7 in the morning, again around noon, and again around 6 at night. And because they are little dogs and don't eat very much, their food and water bowl didn't need filled up all weekend, so that's really the only task that they required. The first time we took Frankie and Charlie out was for their evening walk on Friday. As we walked, I noticed how nice all of the houses were in that neighborhood. They all had brand new siding, clean windows, and manicured lawns. I wonder if everybody enjoys taking care of their lawn, or if a homeowners association makes them take care of it. Although I've never had a lawn to take care of, I can understand the pride that would come from having people drive by and see that your lawn is well looked after. I also wonder if Haley and I will ever own a home in an upscale neighborhood like this. We both chose degrees in areas that don't make great money, so probably not, but stranger things have happened, and it's a nice life to think about. After the walk, Charlie and Frankie fall asleep in their little dog beds, and Haley and I settle in on the couch together and find something to watch on TV while we wait for our pizza to arrive. It had been a long time since Haley or I had a cable subscription, but this house was still paying for it, so we browsed through the channels and settled on something to watch. It was refreshing to scroll through the TV guide and find something that was going to be done in the next hour, as opposed to watching something on Netflix where we would sit and binge watch it for the next 6 hours and finish a whole series. Soon after, the pizza man rings the doorbell and the dogs start barking. I usually associate little dogs with being yippy, but Frankie and Charlie haven't made a peep until now. Haley holds the dogs away from the door as I chat with the delivery guy and sign for the pizzas. I don't tell him that this isn't actually our home and that we're just here for the weekend, because it's fun to pretend that this is our home. And holding the dogs back as we order pizza on a Friday night is a normal thing. We sit at the kitchen counter eating pizza, and I can't help but look around and see all of the family photos on the walls. There are pictures of their children getting married, of their grandchild playing football, and family photos with everyone included and everyone dressed up nice. Our apartment is decorated with motivational quotes that Haley has painted, a framed map of Mount Rainier from our trip to Seattle. I think Haley and I could be the type of people to put family photos on the wall, but for now our walls are decorated with life experiences, and I guess they are really the same thing. When we take the dogs for a walk on Saturday, we go past a basketball court and decide to go shoot some hoops later. I haven't played a game of basketball since middle school, but Haley likes to tell me the story of when she got second place in a free throw contest in the state of Arizona while still having the flu. I guess she used to be something of a basketball star, but that was before I knew her. And there must be some truth to it, because she wipes the floor with me, even after all these years. While we're walking home, we talk about how much fun that was, and how we should play basketball more often. I could see us adding basketball to the list of things that define us as a couple, and relish at the idea of beating her someday. Before I know it, Sunday has come and I have to go into work, so I give Frankie and Charlie a pat on the head and I take off, knowing that I won't be back to this house unless we need to watch the dogs again. It was a good weekend eating somebody else's food and living in somebody else's house, almost like living somebody else's life. But at the end of the day, I'm happy to go back to my apartment, to go home to my cats, to Netflix and chill with Haley, to textbooks and reading books mix-matched on the countertop and clothes spread throughout the house. Because although glimpsing into a life that could one day be obtained is exciting, so is making progress every day towards being the person you want to be.